Hello, Baymanistorm here. Welcome back to Hearts of Iron for the Africa campaign featuring the modern day 4 mod. In the last episode, we took down Cote d'Ivoire with some help from the Americans and the Brits unexpectedly. But, I'll take it. And we are preparing for war. Let me switch the right map mode there. Preparing for war with Guinea because they have, as I was looking at the resource map mode, a whole bunch of light metals that I would really like to have, especially since we are now starting to make some helicopters and could use it. So we're going to see if we can grab that. Now, someone was mentioning that we need to actually head the other direction. Instead of taking West Africa, we need to head towards Central Africa. And yes, I know that, because the juicy resources, the oil here in Nigeria, the tech metals here in the Congo, all this kind of stuff is over here, not over here. But unfortunately, Nigeria has a way larger army than we do, so we can't get through here, and we have no navy, so there's no chance of doing naval invasions across here yet. So we're kind of limited in what we can do at the moment. So Guinea is there, they have some resources we need, so that's who we're going to take down. Now Guinea does have about the same size army we do, so we'll see how this goes. Maybe we'll get some more backup. That would be nice. Actually, do we have any helicopters? We have 6 helicopters. Okay. H-64s. We are licensing for the United States. I would like to buy some main battle tanks because we modified our infantry to have some MBT support, but we don't have any MBTs. So, and there's no way we're going to be able to make them because we don't have any military factories. So, let's see. Now, if you look at this, Guinea also has 2 military factories and 6 civilian factories. So that is very nice. Now, we also may want to go after Burkina Faso here. They don't have any resources, so that's not very useful to us, but again, military factories and civilian factories, because the countries that we've taken down so far, Togo, Benin, and Cote d'Ivoire, haven't really given us many factories. That is what we could really use right now. So that's another consideration that we have here. Alright. Let's actually slow it down a tad on pause. We had to spend our political power to fix our economic growth. We made an adjustment to military spending. So I haven't been able to reduce the corruption, and I would like to buy some main battle tanks, as I was saying. But the main battle tanks are not cheap. Like, if we wanted to even buy some Chinese... let's see. Chinese main battle tanks would cost us 200 political power. American main battle tanks, some Abrams, would cost us 225. Brits, so I'm guessing we would get some Challenger 2s, yeah, 250. Russia, let's see, what would they give us? They would give us T-72s? T-72s. Not even T-80s or T-90s? Huh. Alright, well, who else might have tanks? Israeli Merkava 3s for 250. I'm not familiar with the Merkava. I don't know if that's their own design or if it's like a modified British like they've used in the past. So, we finished this. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to start justification. Oh, we need the political power to do the justification. Okay. So yeah, I think we'll probably just speed things back up again as we wait for the political power to come in. We're doing mechanization effort. Because we're trying to get to armor effort, so we can get this our own main battle tank designs done faster. Your decisions are available. Yeah, we don't have any production. I mean, we could license something, right? Now the United States is not willing to license us things because we've changed our government, and we haven't exactly been playing nice with our neighbors. So maybe Russia would be willing. No. Russia's not willing. China? No. Israel? No. Yeah, that doesn't tell me what I want to know. I want to know who out there has Germany? France? The Clerks? UK? No. Italy? No. Hassan Rouhani has been re-elected. Alright. So, you know, actually it wouldn't be too hard to flip this around. Let's see. What's the reason? Minus 47 has strategic reasons to be hostile to me. France has strategic reasons to be hostile to me. Same thing here. U.S. has strategic reasons to be hostile. What about Russia? Has strategic reasons to be hostile. China? Has strategic reasons. Japan has strategic reasons to be hostile. Turkey is a possibility. But the question becomes, do I want to spend any political power on this to improve our relations to the point where they would be willing to do that? Let's just go for it. It also costs us 0.5 political power? Hold on, cancel. Improving relations in the United States, 0.5. Okay. You know what? Stop improving relations. Alright, let's see. Can we justify that war goal? We need 16 more political power. So we need 48. Now we are constructing. Let's see, can we build any more factories? No. So once this one's done, and then once this one's done, we should get a GDP per capita improvement, which will then unlock more slots. So then we can start building more factories on our own. Alright, mechanization effort is done. See, what I may actually do is just not take a focus for a few days. Let this build up to 48. There we go. Start our justification. Available planes in reserve. 11 age 64s. Alright. Brunei joined the Eurasian Union. Armor effort. I have a feeling I'm going to be at war with Russia eventually. Oh, I absolutely am going to be at war with Russia eventually. Brunei? I am blanking. Oh, is it here? No, resistance axis is there. Oh, yeah. And we had another viewer who wanted to see what the casualties are so far in the Indonesian Civil War. So far, the Caliphate has lost 624 men, casualties. I guess you could say that killed, captured, and wounded. And the Caliphate of Indonesia has lost almost 11,000 men. So I don't think the Caliphate of Indonesia is going to come out of that one. Iraq joined the Shanghai Pact. Okay, so Iraq is now an ally at China. That's an interesting development. Alright, well, let's see. Age 64s. Let's bring that up to 50 max, or yeah. So basically, we'll get 50 helicopters. Tell them to provide some support. So yeah, all the helicopters we make are going to go into that squadron. Oh, I'm paused. When is this justification going to be complete? The 10th of April, 2022. Okay, so got some time. When was this going to be done? 7th of October. Okay, that's not too far away. Zambian election, Edgar Lungu re-elected. Alright. They may have a much larger army than me, but they're in a bit of trouble. They have only 2,000 GDP per capita. They're in a recession. They have 120% debt to GDP ratio. They have crippling corruption. They're tiny military spending. So we out manpower them. Our divisions are probably stronger. So yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're going to take Guinea, and then we're going to start preparing for war with Nigeria here. Or we could take these guys. I don't know. Is 3 military factories and 3 civilian factories worth it? Now this guy is 7 civilian factories, which would be a huge boost for us. See, minimal clinic subsidies. Tax cost 1%. Basic hospital subsidies. Basic health clinics. This increases our tax burden, but does give us some more daily political power and increases our monthly population. So it may be worth spending a little bit of political power on this. Oh, we're got another housing bubble? Oh, let's see. I mean, I really don't want to lower our growth. Enough of this nonsense. The Ghanaian economy is always healthy. Well, we'll just see if we can ignore it. The influential Palestinian Islamist group Hamas has called for a new uprising against Israel starting on Friday. Speaking of in Gaza on Thursday, Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh said we should call for and we should work on launching an intifada in the face of the Zionist enemy. He also said we want the uprising to last and continue to let Trump and the occupation regret this decision. Okay. So we'll see what happens there. James Michael handily defeat all the challengers. We'll continue. Okay. Oh yeah, this was going to be in October. It's in Upper Ghana. I want to see how long it's going to take us to build this naval dockyard, because maybe we can actually start building a boat. A warship. Let's cue it in. You're ready to go. Let's see, should I buy some petroleum? Angela Merkel has been reelected. I could buy it from Libya. Require no convoys, obviously, because it'd be shipped overland. We'll give up 1 civilian factory. Alright, let's do it. Research bonus for fighters and air superiority fighters. Doctrine effort. I guess we'll get the reduced ahead time penalty. It may come in handy. South Ossetia joined the Eurasian Union. Alright, so now how long is it going to take? It's going to take 528 days. Tajikistan joined the Shanghai Pact. We're all of a sudden getting a lot of people starting to join factions. I don't know what that may mean. The United States is in a faction with Great Britain. Makes sense. Kurdistan's also in the Shanghai Pact. Alright, I have 16 divisions. They have 16 divisions. Let me actually take a look at them. They have 4K GDP per capita. They have fast growth, 140% debt to GDP ratio, crippling corruption. They have medium military spending, so they bumped that up. Alright, well, we'll see how good their divisions are against ours. Or, yeah. And we are short what? We're short tanks. What I may do is buy a bunch. See, I could do some of this stuff. Develop factories. Develop military factories. Mine for steel. Mine for light metals. Mine for tech metals. Drill for petroleum. But this is all so expensive. I think we're going to go for the Chinese tanks. We'll be getting what? Type 59s? That's better than nothing. This was going to be April, right? Yeah, April. Alright, we're only in November. Alright, we've upgraded your GDP per capita for you. Alright. So we are now at 7K GDP per capita. Which means with about $7,000 in GDP per capita, the country is semi-developed. So it can be increased once all available buildings. Your states are filled. Once the next level is reached, the states in your country will gain more building slots. Right? Increase approval rating 4%. So what do we actually get out of that? We got increase in max industry and state. We got is that a reduction in construction speed? Minus 28%. Research time plus 11%. Research time plus 9%. Stability. '20th of May. So that means we can build some more military factories. So that's what we'll do next. We'll get this dockyard and then we'll go for another military factory. So we can start building some fighters. Alright, we're in December. Well, world tension is slowly dropping. Wow, look at this. Seleka has lost almost 6,000 men. The Central African Republic has only lost 70. Ah, we got our first homegrown helicopter design. Congolese election. Joseph Kabila was re-elected. There have been no losses in this entire war? Really? Nobody's died. And only about almost 400 and 350. Okay. Alright, so what are we making? Okay, so we need to get C3 I-Star equipment. C4I equipment. $519 days. Where do we go for better utility vehicles? That might be a good thing to do. Go for some better utility vehicles. And let's go for an actual attack chopper. Now, do we actually have the ability to get some more slots? No, we have to get to 15k GDP per capita for another research slot. Mid-sized economic power. We need to have more factories than 16. Alright, equipment effort is done. We can gain that massive industrial investment. No. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Bomber focus. Oh, we can go naval effort now. Adds 2 naval dockyards. Yes. Yes. Oh, because it did 2 naval dockyards. We only had room for 1. That's why we couldn't take it. Okay. So, I mean, I'm just curious now. We're gonna get some new small arms in 28 days. Let's see, trying to unlock an aircraft carrier is gonna take 1,200 days. We have cruisers. We can go for some destroyers. That'll take us 548 days. Nuclear battle cruisers. Man, that's not gonna happen anytime soon. Got missile destroyers, some frigates, and some corvettes. Nepal joined the Shanghai Pact. Alright, we're into January. Insufficient resources, light metals and tech metals. So you have some special forces. Some standard infantry. Some paratroopers. There's some sort of mechanized. Gambian election. Yahya Jammeh elected. Yeah, and the issue is we don't have tanks. Small arms 2015. I'm actually going to force these guys out. Let's see, what don't we have here? We don't have ATGMs. We don't have utility vehicles. We don't have recon tanks. We don't have any self-propelled artillery. You know, I'm not going to worry about these motorized infantry because they're not that great already, because we really haven't worked on their template. And then we go to the fact that they don't have any equipment. It's not going to help matters. Let's see, this is just improved recon. We probably are going to want to get our own self-propelled artillery. Or actually get 1985 standard artillery. That might be the better option. Let's go ahead and start getting good small arms. $1965 small arms. We should be building that up as we start replacing them with other stuff. Let's see, upgrade requests. Oh yeah, we need tons and tons of CNC equipment and just absolute insane amounts of small arms. Yeah, 9,940 units that need to be replaced. Alright, we're going to get our first... Well, we're going to get enough naval dockyards to begin building our first ship here in 15 days. Well, 16 days. Now it's 15 days. Let's go ahead and have them just drop in as soon as they're done. We're almost at 200 political power, so we can get some of those tanks. So we're almost through February, then we're going to get through March, then we're going to get through April. Not sure we're going to get to it this episode, because we're already getting a little bit long. th of May is when this is going to be done. Just out of curiosity, 195 days. Okay. Naval effort is done. Alright. We can now take mid-sized economic power research, because we now have enough factories. Get another research slot. I mean, we're going to have a lot of research slots. I mean, because... there's a lot of research slots you can unlock. Jeez. Collapsing housing prices. As the prices of houses and apartments have went through the roof, especially last year. People have taken out larger and larger loans to afford housing, while speculators have invested heavily in property, also using loaned money. Right now, this is coming to an end fast. The prices are dropping, and people are trying to sell like there's no tomorrow. Many less fortunate will be stuck with huge loans they can't repay, as people are cursing both Daniel Johnson and the Ghanaian Central Bank for causing this. We must make public sentiment. Make a public statement on how we intend to handle this crisis fast. I'll flood this system with cheap money to make the market bounce back. That doesn't sound like a great idea. This is painful, but housing prices had to come down. Nothing. The crash will be much worse. However, the road to recovery may be faster, as the underlying cause of the crash in the first place was too much money flowing into the housing market. And by lowering interest rates, pushing banks to take greater risks, and expanding the money supply, we make it easier to get loans, so the fall will be limited. This is called voodoo economics by critics, as it will cushion the blow to a collapsing market, but not fix the underlying issue. I think we're going to go ahead and have to do this. And what did that put us at? That put us at stagnation. We can push ourselves back to stable growth. And really all it's doing is, well, it's reducing daily nationalist support by 0.02, which I'm not that worried about. And it's impacting our construction speed by 15%, which is not great. So now it won't be until June until we finish this dockyard. But I think we can sit at this for a while because I need these tanks. So again, we're going to have to fix the economic growth. And then hopefully we're at some point going to get enough money to start reducing the amount of, or not money, but political power to start reducing the amount of corruption we have in our government. Alright, how is it actually looking? Alright, we're going to get our first ship in 1.2 years. Sounds good. I'm probably going to run this a little long, so I'd like us to at least get to the point where we're going to get this war declared. See, 60% reserves to GDP ratio. Tax cost minus 3%. Let's see, what does it actually say here? Money is placed in a sovereign wealth fund where dividends are earned from its investments. Running a deficit in the government budget will draw upon reserves while building up a surplus. Well, yeah, okay, I know. Alright, justification is finally done. Declare war. Do it. Let's hope they don't join a faction. Alright, so it looks like we're trying to break through here first. Which, that is probably a good idea. We actually have air support. They're getting a penalty because they don't have air superiority. So we have some actual... aircraft. helicopters, but still. Alright, looks like we're gonna break through, no problem. Everybody isn't moving. Probably gonna need a few to stay here. So, do we actually have any tanks? A little bit. These guys just attack there? Yeah, let's do that. Alright, yep. Looks like we're not getting any assistance this time. Yeah, I know these guys are hard-pressed for equipment. Alright, we got our mid-sized economy research slot. Let's see, what we're going to go after. Variant propellant charges. Fire control. Or start working on our own self-propelled artillery. Or start working on ships. Or start working on an actual... Let's go with the actual air doctrine for battlefield support. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, we're going to end this episode here. We'll work on this war with Guinea. Hopefully we'll be able to knock that out fairly quickly next episode. And then we'll begin preparations for a possible conflict with either Nigeria or these guys, depending on whether we want to go after these guys' factory or just go straight after Nigeria. Because they have 5 military factories and 35 civilian factories. These guys would be the big prize. They would really kick us in gear, I think. But we have to get through their army. That's the one thing. Alright, well, as I said, we're going to go ahead and end this episode here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you next time.